Hello dear friends, welcome back to a new video of I Square. So in today's class we are going to solve all the questions from exercise 3.1, and the first question from exercise 3.1 is this. We have a matrix A like this and we are asked to write the order of the matrix, the number of elements, and write the elements A13, A21, A33, A24 and A23. So the matrix is like this. And what is the order of this matrix? We know that the order of a matrix is number of rows by number of columns. And what are the number of rows in this particular matrix given? That is, what are the number of rows in the matrix A? So this is the first row, second row and third row. So the number of rows is 3 by, and then what about the number of columns? The number of columns is also 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 number of columns. So the order of matrix is 3 by 4. Moving on to the next question, what is the number of elements in this particular matrix? And we can see that the number of elements of a matrix is always the product of the number of rows and the number of columns. So the number of elements is 3 times 4, which is 12. You can check that there are 12 elements in this particular given matrix. And the last question is, write the elements A13, A21, A33, A24 and A23. First one is A13. So what is A13? It is the element in first row and in third column. So the element in first row and third column, and the number is 19. So A13 is 19. Again, what about A21? A21 is the element in the second row and in the first column. So this is the second row and this is the first column. So the intersecting element is 35. Coming on to next one, we have A33. What is A33? It is the element in the third row and third column. So this is the third row and this is the third column, and the intersecting element is -5. So we have A33 as -5. Now we want A24. What is A24? The element in second row and fourth column. So this is second row and this is fourth column, and the intersecting element is nothing but 12. Coming on to the last one, what is A23? The element in the second row and in the third column. So this is second row, this is third column, and this is the intersecting element, that is 5 by 2. So we have completed the first question from this exercise. First we have written the order of the matrix, then the number of elements, and we have written the elements which were asked to find. So now we shall move to the next question. So the second question is, if a matrix has 24 elements, what are the possible orders it can have? What if it has 13 elements? We are given that a particular matrix is going to have 24 elements, and what are the possible orders such a matrix is going to have? So it is given that the number of elements is 24. What is the number of elements is 24, and we know that number of elements is the product of number of rows and number of columns. So number of rows and number of columns, and this number of elements 24 should be written as the product of two numbers, and 24 can be written as products of how many pairs of numbers. That is the thing we have to find here. So we shall move to the factors of 24. And which are the factors of 24? They are 1 and 24, again 2 and 12, again 3, and we have 8, again we have 4 and 6, and these are the factors of 24. And we know that 1 times 24 is 24, also 24 times 1 is also 24, again 2 times 12 and 12 times 2 is also 24, again we have 8 times 3 and 3 times 8 is 24. Again 4 times 6 and 6 times 4 is 24. So these are the possible pairs which give the product as 24. So we know that the product of number of rows and number of columns will be the number of elements, and we got these much pairs of numbers whose product is 24. So always remember that these are the possible orders for a matrix which is going to have 24 elements. Now it is asked that what if it has 13 elements? So if the number of elements was 13, what are the possible orders this particular matrix is going to have? So since the number of elements is 13, let's go for the factors of 13. Since 13 is a prime number, it is going to have only two factors, that is 1 and 13. So 13 can be written as 1 times 13 and 13 times 1. So the only possible orders a matrix having number of elements 13 is 1 by 13 and 13 by 1. So that is the end of this particular question. Now we shall move to the next question. Now the third question is similar to the previous one. We are asked to find what are the possible orders of a matrix if it have 18 elements, and what are the possible orders if it has 5 elements. So first let's consider 18. What are the possible orders a matrix have which is having 18 elements? So we have to find the factors of 18, that is 1 and 18, again 2 and 9, again 3 and 6. So these are the possible factors of 18. So what would be the possible orders? It should be 1 times 18 and 18 times 1. Again 2 times 9 and 9 times 2. 3 times 6 and 6 times 3. So these are the possible orders of a matrix having 18 elements. Now what about if it has 5 elements? If a matrix is having 5 elements, what are the possible orders it is going to have? Since 5 is a prime number, the factors of 5 are 1 and 5. So the possible products are 1 by 5 and 5 by 1. So the possible orders are 1 by 5 and 5 by 1. So this was a question similar to the previous one, and both the questions are quite easy. Just go for the factors of the number of elements and then you will get all the possible orders. So now we shall move to another question, that is the fourth question from this exercise. Now the fourth question asks to construct a 2 by 2 matrix A is equal to Aij whose elements are given by first one, Aij is equal to I plus j square by 2, Aij is equal to I by j, Aij is equal to I plus 2j the whole square by 2. So we are asked to construct 3 different 2 by 2 matrices such that the elements follow these different conditions. So moving on to the first one. So what is the general form of a 2 by 2 matrix? So the general form of a 2 by 2 matrix is like this: A11, A12, A21 and A22. And in the first question it is given that Aij is equal to I plus j the whole square divided by 2. So instead of A11 we have 1 plus 1 the whole square by 2. That is 1 plus 1 the whole square by 2 is 2 square 4 by 2, that is 2. Again corresponding to A12, this is A11. For A12 we have 1 plus 2 the whole square by 2, that is 3 square 9 by 2, which is a fraction and it is 9 by 2. Moving on to A21, we have 2 plus 1 the whole square by 2, which is again 3 square by 2, that is 9 by 2. And we have the last element as A22, which is 2 plus 2 the whole square by 2, that is 4 square 16 by 2, which is 8. So the matrix is going to be A is equal to A11 2, A12 9 by 2, A21 again 9 by 2 and A22 that is 8. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix which is having the general form Aij is equal to I plus j the whole square by 2. Now, moving on to the second one, we have the general form as Aij is equal to I by j. So, Aij is equal to I by j. So, we are having A11 as 1 by 1, that is 1. Again, A12 as 1 by 2, again that is 1 by 2. So, A21 as 2 by 1, that is 2. And A22 as 2 by 2, that is 1. So, the matrix is like this. A11 is 1, A12 is 1 by 2, A21 is 2 and A22 is 1. So, this is the required matrix which is having the general form Aij is equal to I by j. Moving on to the last one, the general form given is like this. Aij is equal to I plus 2j the whole square by 2. So, we have A11 as 1 plus 2 the whole square by 2, which is 3 square, that is 9 by 2. Now again A1, 2. So I is 1 and j is 2. So we have 1 plus 2 times 2, that is 4 over 2, and we have a square here. So that is 5 square by 2, that is 25 by 2. Now we have A21. So I is 2 and j is 1. So that is 2 plus 2 times 1 is 2. The whole square divided by 2, that is 4 square, 16 by 2, that is 8. Now again we have A22, that is I plus, that is 2 plus 2 times j, that is 2 times 4, sorry 2 times 2, that is 4. The whole square divided by 2, and that is 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 square is 36 and 36 by 2. So the answer is 18. So the required matrix would be like this. A is equal to 9 by 2, again 25 by 2, again 8 and 18 here. So this is the required matrix corresponding to the general form Aij is equal to I plus 2j the whole square divided by 2. So that's the end of fourth question. Now we shall move to the next question. Now the fifth question is like this. Construct a 3 by 4 matrix. A is equal to Aij, whose elements are given by Aij is equal to 1 by 2 times modulus of minus 3i plus j. And the second question is Aij is equal to 2i minus j. So the general form of the matrix is given, and we have to find a 3 by 4 matrix with this as the general form and then this as the general form. So what is the general form of a 3 by 4 matrix? So a 3 by 4 matrix, A is going to have 3 rows and 4 columns, right? So what is the general form? It would be A11, A12, A13, A14, and again in second row A21, A22, A23 and A24, and in third row we have A31, A32, A33 and A34, and this particular matrix is having 3 rows and 4 columns. So this is the general form of a 3 by 4 matrix A. So we are going to find a matrix like this, and its general form is given. For the first question, the general form is like this. Aij is equal to half times modulus of negative 3i plus j. So first we are going for A11. So what is A11? It is half times modulus of negative 3 plus 1. That is half times negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2, and modulus of negative 2 is 2, so the answer would be 1. So moving to A12, we have half times negative 3 plus 2, and it is half times, what is negative 3 plus 2? It is negative 1 and this modulus is 1, so it is half. So moving on, we have A13. So what is A13? A13 is nothing but 1 by 2 times negative 3 plus 3, which is going to be half times 0. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0, and the answer is 0. So we got it like that. Next we have A14, that is half times I is 1 and j is 4, that is negative 3 plus 4, and it is half times, what is negative 3 plus 4? It is 1. So we are going to get half. So we got the first row like this, that is 1, 1 by 2, 0 and 1 by 2. So now we want the second row, that is A21, A22, A23 and A24. So we have A21, A22, A23 and A24. What is A21? It is half times 3 times I, that is 3 times 2, that is negative 3 times 2, that is negative 6, plus j is 1. So it is going to be half times negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5, and when we take modulus it is 5, so it is going to be 5 by 2. Again A22, so half times negative 3 times 2 is again negative 6 plus j, that is 2, so half times negative 6 plus 2 is nothing but negative 4, modulus of negative 4 is 4, so 4 by 2 is 2. Now again A23 is half times negative 6 plus 3, that is half times negative 6 plus 3 is negative, modulus of negative 3, that is plus 3, so it is going to be 3 over 2. Now going for A24, it is half times modulus of negative 6 plus 4, and it is half times, what is negative 6 plus 4? It is negative 2, and when it is taken modulus it is 2, and we have 1 as the last term. So this is the second row, and the second row contains 5 by 2, 2, 3 by 2 and 1. Now we need the last row, that is A31, A32, A33, A34. That's it. So we are going to find that A31, A32, A33 and A34. Remember that I is 3 in all the cases, so it is going to be half times negative 3 times 3, that is negative 9, plus j. In this case the j is 1. Again in this case minus 3i is negative 9 plus j is 2. Again in this case minus 3i is again negative 9 plus 3. And in this case half times negative 3i is again negative 9 plus 4. So simplifying, we have negative 9 plus 1 is negative 8, and the modulus is 8. So half times 8, that is 4. Negative 9 plus 2 is negative 7, and when it is taken modulus, so it is 1 by 2 times 7, that is 7 over 2. And again negative 9 plus 3 is negative 6, and when it is taken modulus it becomes 6, and the answer would be 3. Again negative 9 plus 4 is negative 5. When it is taken modulus it becomes positive, and it will become 1 by 2 times 5, that is 5 over 2. So the third row would be 4, 7 by 2, 3 and 5 by 2. So we got the 3 by 4 matrix like this. So now we have one more question. Aij is equal to Aij is equal to 2i minus j. So this question is similar to this one. The only change is the general form is 2i minus j. So this one you can do by yourself, and if you have any doubts you can ask in the comment section. So this is for doing by yourself. Now we shall move to the sixth question. Now we are going to solve the sixth question. The sixth question is like this: find the values of x, y and z from the following equations. So we have the first equation like this: the matrix 4, 3, x5 is equal to y, z, 1, 5. So it is given that these two matrices are equal, and we know that two matrices are said to be equal whenever all the corresponding elements are equal. Since these two matrices are said to be equal, we can say that the corresponding elements are equal. That is 4 is equal to y, that is y is 4. Again 3 is equal to z, so z is equal to 3. And again x is equal to 1. So for the first question, we easily found the values of x, y and z by equating the corresponding elements. Moving on to the second one, we have the corresponding elements equal. So x plus y is equal to 6. Again 5 plus z is equal to 5. And at last xy is equal to 8. So we have to use these three equations to find the values of x, y and z. From this one, it is clear that z is equal to 5 minus 5, that is 0. And from this one, we can take that x is equal to 8 by y. And substituting the value of x as 8 by y in this equation, we will get like this, that is 8 by y plus y is equal to 6. And again 8 plus y square by y is equal to 6, that is 8 plus y square is equal to 6y, and we get y square minus 6y plus 8 is equal to 0. Solving this by splitting the term, splitting the middle term, we can split the middle term as y square minus 2y minus 4y plus 8 is equal to 0. Taking y common from both of these terms, we will get y times y minus 2. Again, taking negative 4 common, we have y minus 2 is equal to 0. So we have, taking y minus 2 as common, we have y minus 2 into y minus 4 is equal to 0, which implies y is equal to 2 and or y is equal to 4. So y is having two possibilities. Y is either 2 or 4. If y is 2, x is going to be 4, and if y is 4, x is going to be 2. So we got the values of x, y and z. We got z as 0 and y as 2 or 4. When y is 2, x is 4, and when y is 4, x is 2. So that's the end of second part. Now we have one more part, that is x plus y plus z, x plus z, y plus z is equal to 9, 5 and 7. So we want to solve that. So we are going to equate the corresponding terms since it is given that are equal. So we have x plus y plus z is equal to 9. Again x plus z is equal to 5. And again y plus z is equal to 7. So we have to solve these three equations in order to find the values of x, y and z. So since y plus z is equal to 7, we can substitute this in this equation and we will get x plus 7 is equal to 9. So instead of y plus z here, we substituted 7, so we got x plus 7 is equal to 9, and hence the value of x is 9 minus 7, that is 2. So we got x is equal to 2. So since we got the value of x, we can easily find the value of z from this equation, that is 2 plus z is equal to 5, which means z is equal to 5 minus 2, that is 3. So we got z is equal to 3. Now we need to find the value of y. So we can use this equation to find the value of y, that is y plus 3 is equal to 7, which means y is equal to 7 minus 3, that is 4. So we got the value of y as 4. So x is equal to 2, y is equal to 4 and z is equal to 3 is the solution for this third question. So that's the end of the sixth question from this exercise. Now we shall move to the seventh question. Now the seventh question asks to find the values of a, b, c and d from the following equation. So it is given that these two matrices are equal. So the corresponding elements of these two matrices will be equal. So we can equate the corresponding elements, that is a minus b is equal to negative 1. Again 2a minus b is equal to 0. 2a plus c is equal to 5 and 3c plus d is equal to 13. So we have to use these four equations to find the values of a, b, c and d. So these two equations are two equations in two variables, that is a and b. So we can solve these two equations by substitution method. So from this equation we will get that b is equal to 2a. Substituting b is equal to 2a in this equation, we will get that a minus 2a is equal to negative 1, and that is negative a is equal to negative 1 and a is equal to 1. So we got the value of a as 1. So since the value of a is 1, it is easy to find the value of b, because b is 2 times a, that is 2 times 1, that is 2. So we got the value of b as 2. Now moving on to this one, we have 2a plus c is equal to 5. Therefore 2 times a, that is 1, plus c is equal to 5. So 2 plus c is equal to 5, which means c is equal to 5 minus 2, that is 3. So c is equal to 3. So we can write it here, c is 3. Now from the last equation, 3c plus d is equal to 13. We will get it like this, that is 3 times 3 plus d is equal to 13. 3 times 3 is nothing but 9. So 9 plus d is equal to 13, and d is equal to 13 minus 9, which is 4. So we got the value of d as 4. So from this equation, we got the values of a, b, c and d as 1, 2, 3 and 4 respectively. So that's the end of 7th question. Now we shall move to the next question. Now we shall move to the 8th question. The 8th question is a is equal to aij of order m by n is a square matrix if which of the following conditions is true. So we know that a matrix A is said to be a square matrix if the number of rows and number of columns are equal. So this matrix is of order m by n. So number of rows is m and number of columns is n. So this matrix is said to be a square matrix if the number of rows m is equal to the number of rows n. So the condition which satisfies that A is a square matrix is option C, that is m is equal to n. So moving on to the 9th question, which of the given values of x and y make the following pair of matrices equal? So here we are given with two matrices and we are asked to find the values of x and y such that these matrices are equal. So consider that these two matrices are equal. So if they are equal, we can see that the corresponding elements are equal. So we have 3x plus 7 is equal to 0. Again, y minus 2 is equal to 5. Again, y plus 1 is equal to 8. And 2 minus 3x is equal to 4. So from this, we can easily find the values of x and y. So from this equation, we will get 3x is equal to negative 7, which implies x is equal to negative 7 by 3. Also, y minus 2 is equal to 5 implies y is equal to 5 plus 2, that is 7. Also, y plus 1 is equal to 8, which means y is equal to 8 minus 1, that is 7. Also, 2 minus 3x is equal to 7, which means 3x is equal to 2 minus 4, that is negative 2, and x is equal to negative 2 by 3. So we got the value of y as 7, but we got the value of x as negative 7 by 3 and x is equal to negative 2 by 3. So it is not possible to get two different values of x. So we must choose the option B, not possible to find, as the answer of this question, since we got two different answers for x.